your boy Freelancer Joe, ready to once again get cracking. And how are you all doing on this fine and glorious and wonderful Monday afternoon? Hope you're doing wonderful and fine and glorious and fantastic and all the great adjectives that currently escape my mind at this moment. My vast and massively, okay, I've completely run out of words to describe how awesome I am. I mean, that's, I should just keep a thesaurus handy. Although I would like to think that my mind is a thesaurus too. Well. The verbal tics. No matter what I do, I need like a placard behind the camera with things not to say, you know? So, if you're doing well, and I hope you are doing well, I myself am doing marginally better than I was the previous days. My cold continues to go into remission. I'm still showing symptoms of it, but a nice day at work, nice quiet day at work for various reasons. Many people chose to do the smart thing and stay home because of the snow. Freelancer Joe didn't because, well, he burned up vacation time on his sick days, so yeah, there you go. But it was nice and quiet, and I had a nice, good, solid workout again. Training session. I train. I don't work out. I train. I go into the temple of iron to chisel away and develop more of this awesome musculature. It's interesting that even though it almost feels like I had a full week off, almost a full week off, because my last training day was on Tuesday, and no, Tuesday was an off day. Tuesday was an off day, so it really has been an entire week, and yet for some reason it felt less tiresome resuming my training today than it did when I took my Christmas break, which was the end of my 6 to 8 week training cycle before. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder what the root cause of that is. It's entirely possible that just because I had been training for so long, it took a lot longer for my body to recover. So that might have been it. And then it just really shut down. And then when I started the training again last week, it started to ramp back up, but it didn't shut down again. So maybe that's what it is. But I'm jibber-jabbering, which is a good sign. That means I'm feeling better. Let's see how long that lasts. Again, the cold is only in remission. It's not completely gone away, as you can no doubt tell by the fact that I'm even more nasally sounding than normal, despite my despite my desire. I wouldn't even necessarily say my desire. No, my preference for speaking in a lower register. We got the terminal going. How was your weekend? Was it good? I imagine those of you who got hit with the snow, and this is actually still your weekend, you have an extra long weekend, which is always nice. If you're not sick when you have an extra long weekend, like I did. Ugh. Of all the times to catch a cold, I actually wouldn't mind I can't go into details about that. I will simply say that it would have been better if I had caught this cold at some other point in time. And funnily enough, going into work, it felt like a Thursday morning. I can't explain it. It did feel like Thursday. And looking outside my window, now it feels like a Sunday afternoon. Maybe it's less traffic, or it just feels quieter? Don't know. Alright, so we're back up and running. Well, we have things open anyway. And if I remember correctly, what were we working on? What were we working on indeed? According to the notes, it looks like we were still messing around with hot loading. Yeah, I knew that. I had mentioned yesterday that I was thinking about continuing work and recording a back-to-back episode, but when you have a sickness intermission, best not to push yourself too hard. Not that I'm looking for an excuse to be lazy. I am, but which turns out, yeah. What's the rush? UI demo. Okay. What? You don't do that to me. Okay. Come on, Soon. Help me out here, brother. Soon Hin Kor. That's interesting. Soon is obviously a Korean name. I've never seen the Hin is kind of unusual, as is Kor for a Korean name. Okay. That error looks familiar. That was the error we got yesterday. So what, content, not derivative, okay. So let's see, what is it trying to get? It's trying to get the root, I guess. I assume. Really, no. No output whatsoever. Network. Okay, that's better. Git slash. Wait, what was? No. Can I get index.html from port? Okay. So my guess is it looks like content base I had set before. This is what I was using before, which wasn't working anymore. Content base should be the local file system directory where static HTML files should be placed, but your main static HTML page containing the script tag here to enjoy live reloading. IE if content base is set up, you can put index.html in view/main and it will avail about the URL/main. Alright, so my index.html. Where is my index.html? It's in source, not dist. Okay, so let's try this one and let's see if this path works. I guess that works. That works. It looks like they're still got the plows going. That's good. Although it's warm enough that I'm curious if it actually bothered doing a hot load on this one, or maybe it didn't. That's surprisingly loud, actually. Path is not defined. Okay. Fair enough. When did you define path here, Soon? Alright, we don't need that. Alright, well, path dot resolve path. I know I referenced path in one of my other. I know I use path somewhere here. Here we go, path. Path is there. Yeah, debugging Webpack, fun. Webpack output is served from dist. You know what's interesting? What we should do? Let's compare what this is spitting out. Right? This is with my Webpack configuration. With what we had before, which was just this. Alright, we didn't specify this. We didn't specify this. We didn't have it watching the content base. We didn't do compress, nor did we do the port. And let's see where it serves it up then. Because we know that was working. The other one was before. Okay, there. Project is running at port 8080. Webpack output is served from root. Content not from Webpack is served from dist. Okay. When in doubt, compare with something that was actually working. And by the long time we see it taking, we know it's going to come up. So that's fine. Okay. Wait until bundle is finished. Alright, so now let's compare this, which is working, with this, which was not working. Okay. So now the port thing is pretty easy to figure out, right? Because we only specify the port here, and well, this is what will actually enable the live reload. So we'll change the port to 8080 just to be consistent. It'll help if I enable numlock. Okay, so that will take care of that. Now here, Webpack output is served from /dist, whereas here it's served from root. Now where do I specify /dist? I specify /dist here. So instead of this, let's try going public path : / and then content not from Webpack is served from home Freelancer projects UI src. That was when we were doing this. Okay. Whereas what I had specified, I wonder if this was wrong always to begin with. Actually, you know what? I think this might be fine. I think that might actually be fine. Might be the public path that was the issue. So we'll leave this here. I don't if you remember before, whenever I would create a production version, I'd have to manually copy over my style sheets. Or actually, whenever I was running dev, the style sheets never worked. So it would always have a slight margin on the outside, unless I copied the style sheets over into dist. But if we're pointing to the source directory, then it should work. Alright, so let's see how that works. If it works. I hope it works. Maybe it'll work. Well, if it doesn't work, we just try again. Try again. Cannot be cannot be afraid of failure. Actually, you should be. You should be cognizant. There are different types of failures. There are failures from which you can pick yourself up and dust yourself off from. And then there are failures that will have long-term ramifications. As always, it's a balancing act. I mean, if you don't risk things, nothing's going to happen. Well, generally speaking, unless you're really, 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 really lucky, nothing good's going to happen. Well, it came up at the right port. That's good. And it seems to be loading. That's good. And it came up. That's even better. But the whole point of this was to see if it actually would do a live reload, not a hot reload. Apparently, there's two different things. Actually, what does old Sun say about what's the difference? Yeah, live reloading is a simple but effective way to shorten code result feedback loop. The browser refreshes immediately each time there's a code change. That's what I want. HMR allows code changes to be reloaded in the browser without page refresh. Okay. Yeah, I can see the benefit of that. HMR basically it doesn't do the refresh, so it maintains the state of whatever you're looking at. Yeah, that would be very beneficial, I think. Much more beneficial on complicated things, though. I suspect in most cases it might not. Yeah, see here. Although more desirable, has more requirements. Yeah, your code has to use modules to support HMR. Yeah. Again, the balancing act. For something simple like my demo thing, or even any of my other templates, it's not really needed. Now, if somebody came along and actually had a pretty robust application that they wanted, then it would make more sense. Okay, so anyway, now we need to see if it actually does a live reload. So we're going to change the alpha view. Oh, source, because it won't reload the static things, but the dynamic things should change. Alpha live. Let's see if that did it. Compiling. A little longer than I would think it should take. Compiled successfully. Reloading. Alpha live. We got the live reload back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, yes, yes. So, what did we have to do in order to get it all working? Let me see. We didn't have to change common, did we? No. Basically, we had to... Okay, well, first of all, we don't need live anymore. So I'm going to get rid of that. Oh, reload it again. Blah, blah, blah. Fine. We close that and do that. So we had to specify in the dev server we basically had to tell it to watch the content base. And as well as where it should be looking. That's interesting. So before, when it was working before, although I specified it was content-based, although that didn't work. Well, no. Content-based is basically for the static files. Okay. The content-based local file system directory where static HTML files should be placed, but it's not actually paying attention. See, that's kind of wonky, right? You put your main static HTML page containing the script tag there to enjoy live reloading. Now, why I say that's kind of wonky, right, is that content-based is where your static files are, but the changes are only going to occur in your non-static files. You know one other thing we should take a look at? But anyways, so all I had specified before was content-based. I didn't specify a public path. I didn't specify watch content-based, compress, or port. It was defaulting to 8080, which is fine. My guess is when I did my latest install, when I moved to Ubuntu, was that I got a later version of the dev server, Webpack dev server. And this one required you to tell it, yeah, watch the content base, and it had to know where the content base was correctly. And you had to tell it the public path. One other thing I want to check. See, what I want to see also, if this content base is actually resolving correctly, is because it looks like we have the borders correctly now. But I can't really tell unless I'm on my templates, because I know that's where it's noticeable. Alright, but that all comes up. So, okay, let's remove this. We don't need this. We don't need this. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Now, the other thing we did have to do, though, was update the max file watchers. Now, this was a system-wide thing, so it'll affect all my other applications. But I think this might also affect whether or not I see slowdown when I start switching between projects. So where should I leave this? This is not feature exploration. README, install, notes. Do I have notes? No. Well, I'll leave this under miss for now. And we might have just enough time. I really want to see if it actually, if that content base actually will work in with my style and the other things. So this was file handles. That's fine. Let's save all of this. And we're going to copy this entire thing. Alright. We're going to stop this. Let's switch quickly to one of my other template. Oh, no. G, always the G. Reload. We know it's working, so we'll go ahead and push it. Password. Now let's switch to pure cd UI-template pure. Alright, we shall switch projects here, and let's pay attention to see if it slows down. If it doesn't, then that means the file handler does work. Or if we get the warning, warning's going to be over here somewhere. I might have already done that file handle setup before. Possibly. Alright. So that comes up. And we'll pack dev. Again, this is all I specified before, so let's paste the entire thing. We'll leave those notes in there. You know, in the setup, alright, this is where I'm going to put that file handle stuff. So in case I have to go into another environment and set up this project, I don't want to have to clone all of my projects. So I put that under README, right? Right, file handles. There we go. How's it working? Is it working slow, fast, better, worse? Oop, we don't need that. Alright. So let's see if it starts. Actually, let's close the other one because we don't need you. npm start. So first, hopefully it comes up. And then we have to test to see if a live reload actually happens. Still hacking up stuff. I said the cold was only in remission. Unfortunately, because I was sick, I didn't do any grocery shopping. I'm gonna run out of food. Nope. Well, number one, that style thing did not work apparently because we still have the margin problem. So I have to figure that out. But I don't have to. I know how to fix it. Well, I know how to create something. I know how to get it to render correctly when I deploy it. But I would much rather it actually, when I'm doing development, it deploys correctly. But now let's see if we can home view. CFG card, home view, CFG cards. Inherit home title live. Let's see if that picks it up. Did it? Live. All right. All right. So we definitely have live reload working. Mostly. Well, no, I mean, it's working as it was before, so that's good. I suppose I could take the time to sort out how to get that style working, though. But we are at the 30-minute mark, so I guess I'll do that tomorrow. We'll figure out the style thing, and then we'll go ahead and make sure that the live configuration gets added to everything else so that I don't continually have to start and restart npm. But anyway, small success, but success nonetheless. And I will wrap this up for now then. Thank you for joining me. cool kid words about liking and subscribing, commenting, and suggesting. I hope you'll join me tomorrow, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of this Monday afternoon. And I hope that until the next time you join me, that you take care and God bless.